Hi. Soyez les bienvenus à tous et à toutes, chers amis, mesdames et messieurs. Merci d'être venus ici dans la colline parlementaire pour une cause tellement importante. As every other speaker has said, and I can't tell you how happy I am to see that so many parties are here today. You've had, I think, 15 MPs have come. This is a very big step forward, and all of you who caught buses early in the morning to come here from Toronto or Montreal, it's a tremendous thing you've done, and believe me, you're having an impact on this hill and in the diplomatic set, and I think among the public everywhere in this city and across the world. Some of what I'm going to say, and I'll be as brief as I can, you all know, but I just want to put some of these things again on the record. Falun Gong is a spiritual exercise discipline guided by the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. It first became public in China in 1992, and within 7 years, by the government of China's own estimate, as you all know, it had grown to between 70 and 90 million people doing it. That's a phenomenal growth. And then, as you know, that's why President Jiang Zemin decided that Falun Gong had to be eliminated. And the persecution started in June, July of '99, and it's gone on until today. And it's got to stop, right? Yes. Well, now, again, everybody knows that Falun Gong practitioners are considered healthier than many people. You don't smoke or drink. You are very disciplined. You do exercises every day. And tragically, a lot of people who have hepatitis or whatever, both in China and outside of China, think they must get liver, whatever organ from a Falun Gong practitioner. And as David Matus and I discovered, there's a real effort to get Falun Gong, innocent prisoners of conscience from Falun Gong, to be killed for their organs. And just very briefly, the way it works is that if, well, I won't pick one of you, but if who can I use as an example? If you, sir, need a new liver, you fly to Shanghai, you pay probably for a liver, you pay about $130,000 these days, according to the websites that we've used from China. You check into the #1 People's Hospital in Shanghai. Somebody comes and takes your blood type and your tissue types and so on. And in one case we know of, it was a Major Tan in his military uniform who did it. They then go on the computer and they go out to a work camp, maybe a forced labor camp number 50, and some poor man who's been convicted of nothing, and the chances are he's a Falun Gong practitioner, is dragged into an operating room, given a light anesthetic, his liver and kidneys and everything else are taken out. You are given, the liver is flown to you in Shanghai in a People's Liberation Army plane. You're given the new liver, and you're told you're getting it from an executed criminal or something like this, even though, as I say, it's probably from a Falun Gong practitioner. You fly home to Ottawa with the new liver, and somebody has been killed for that. I just came from Taiwan recently, and it was a man in Taiwan who went to Shanghai for a new kidney. And you know that before they found the kidney that was compatible with his body, again, it was an army officer in uniform, surgeon, brought him 8 sets of kidneys. And finally the 8th set worked, and he's doing fine. His health is okay, I believe, but 8 human beings died so that he could get a kidney. This has to stop, and I believe, thanks to the support of people like the members that are here today and in other countries, I'll mention a couple of them, I think it's the tipping point is here, and I think the government of China is going to have to stop, because they're getting demonstrations like this all over the world now. There are 400,000 practitioners, Falun Gong practitioners in Taiwan. You can imagine there are now practitioners in, I think it's 130 countries. So, and here are a couple of things that other countries have done. Australian hospitals, some of them have said you cannot do transplants, work with China anymore. Yes, Israel in 2008 banned the use of trafficked organs. And since that time, not one Israeli citizen, to my knowledge, has gone to China for an organ. That's why Erwin's gone, I guess. That's why Irwin's bill would do to Canada what has been done in Israel, and why my dear friend Jason Kenney standing there and the other Conservative MPs, I hope, as he said about 5 minutes ago, will adopt his bill and make it a government measure. Then Canada will be the second leader in the world to stop the use of trafficked organs. It won't solve the problem, but at least it'll stop Canadians from going to China for organs. And I should say in fairness that I don't believe many Canadians are going now, but this will prevent any Canadians from going. Just a couple of other things. 1.5 million people from over 50 countries have signed a Dafa, Doctors Against Forced Organ Harvesting, petition to the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. In December of 2013, the European Parliament adopted a resolution against China's unethical organ procurement. In March of this year, the European Economic and Social Committee aligned with the EU Parliament, stating China's organ procurement are scandalous and a disgrace for humanity and should end immediately, close quote. And finally, April of 2014, the Transplantation Society, that's the World Organization, and the Declaration of Istanbul, Kustian Group, drafted a letter to the Communist Party of China calling their transplantation system corrupt and, quote, scorned by international community, and asking them to stop it. So that's probably a good place to stop. I'll be very interested to see what Jason Kenney says. And let me tell you, friends, that this man, as you'll hear and you know, is a man of principle. He even went to the funeral of Zhao. Do you remember that? How many years ago was that, Jason? He went to Beijing and he went to the funeral of this man who'd been in house arrest for 16 years. That's a man of principle. So thank you all again for coming, and don't give up. We're going to stop this thing. Thank you.